Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, here we are on Friday. We made it, just like I told you at the beginning of the week we would, and here we are celebrating Friday. Looking forward to the week.
You were right. We did it.
Right. Yeah, stick with me.
Knocked it out of the park.
Stick with me, everybody. We'll do some news to start on this Friday. Cell phone use by students is a big topic of discussion of the Springfield Public Schools Board of Education. The board is looking at the district's current policy, which only allows cell phone use before or after school unless given special permission. The phones have to be stored in backpacks during the school day, but some board members say the rule isn't widely or evenly enforced. That's the issue. The handbook could be revised somewhat for the 24-25 school year. We'll be watching that. And the Alamo Drafthouse in Springfield is now owned by Sony Pictures and Entertainment, like the big Sony. The movie theater chain had been owned by a company out of Texas. That company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2021 as a result of the COVID lockdowns, when movie theaters all across the country were struggling, the entire movie industry. The Alamo Drafthouse is expected to keep its name and remain right there on South Campbell.
Yeah, what a bummer that they went out of business, or like that the company went bankrupt, because I thought Alamo Drafthouse was huge, and I guess it was decent size, but I guarantee you it's not nearly the size of Sony. So anyway.
Yeah.
Here we are. Mosquito fogging is now underway in Nixa. The annual event is intended to reduce the number of mosquitoes biting people in Nixa neighborhoods. The city says the fogging truck is out and about Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. They try to hit all the neighborhood streets because the wind carries the mist. So if they don't drive down your street, they're still getting your street by way of wind. So be advised. The city says the chemicals are not harmful to humans or pets.
Okay. I've always wondered if that actually makes a difference, if the people in the town can notice a difference. But I know,
I don't know.
I know people have strong opinions for and against.
That is true. It is a love-hate depending on who you talk to. This I can tell you. I got a big old mosquito bite right now on my arm. I have one on the back of my leg, and they're huge bites. And I do okay during the day. And then at night, I scratch them while I'm sleeping, and I wake up and they're all red.
Well, I bought one of those devices that I've seen on TV on Shark Tank. The kids use it, and you just, for some reason, refuse to use it. So you can itch away. Hey, by the way, while I read these next two stories, I think you're on the wrong mic. See if you can switch your mic to the right one. Missouri State University has named a new interim athletics director. Senior Associate Director of Athletics, Casey Hunt, is the interim, while MSU searches for a replacement for longtime AD Kyle Moats, who we told you has left the university for a job at Eastern Kentucky University. The search committee is planning to have a new AD in place at Missouri State in the next 2 months. So they'll have to get on the stick and get it done. But I mentioned they're working hard on that. And this is always a cool day. More than 1,400 volunteers took part in the United Way's annual Day of Caring yesterday. They spent part of the day working at more than 40 nonprofits on 121 projects that included really everything from painting and landscaping to just general cleanup, all sorts of things that are needed by these nonprofits that the volunteer work is able to do for them, which is such a cool thing. The Day of Caring is typically the largest one-day volunteer event in the Ozarks. And we've been part of it before with KY3. KY3 is a big supporter. And we've gone out to do I was painting one time somewhere. Landscaping.
I was painting too. Yeah. And I've done landscaping. I think I've gone a few times. It's honestly super fun. In news, I mean, the other employees always do a bang up job, and I'm sure they did yesterday too, but deadline pressure is for real. So I only ever did it when I was on the morning show.
Well, it's mostly salespeople.
Yeah. Well, that's because the news people have deadlines. Yes.
They got the time. Yeah.
But that's cool. That's fun. Good times. All right. Willard is getting ready to get a new mayor. Yeah. You remember that Willard had the exact tie back in April. It was pretty impressive, honestly. 2 men were tied exactly 349 to 349, Sam Snyder and Troy Smith. So this coming Tuesday, they have a special election to decide. Also, there's a special election for Fairgrove Ward 2 alderman. They had a ballot mix-up in April that they say could have potentially compromised the integrity of the election. And so they are going to do a special election there for Ward 2 as well. And of course, it's only for the people who live in that specific ward.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was a little surprised back in whenever we covered the tie in Willard back in April that we said, okay, there'll be a runoff election in June. And that seemed so far away. I'm sure that there's stuff that they have to do in the interim to get ready for this, probably legal things. But here we are. It's finally happening. But it seemed like a long way off from back in April.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go. We'll see on Tuesday what happens. If it's another tie, that would be crazy. Surely not. That would be wild. Anyway, okay. If you don't have plans tonight, you can head out to the Rutledge Wilson Farm Park to enjoy an evening of catch and release fishing. They have stocked the pond. All ages are welcome. They say that you have to register. So don't just show up. You need to register because they have to be prepared for the number of people. The number to call, 417-837-5949. That's the Springfield Greene County Park Board. You can find their information there. But Rutledge Wilson Farm Park from 6 to 9 p.m. Bring some hot dogs and some s'mores to cook. They will have open campfires. So should be a great time tonight if you don't have something else going on.
And how much fun is that? Little kids love to fish, and it's a stocked pond, so you're going to catch some stuff. You get to catch some fish. Then
I took the boy fishing yesterday.
Yeah, I know. That's what he said.
He didn't catch anything, but he's still the sweetest. When we were walking back to the car, he still said, "Thanks for bringing me, Mom." Then we got home, and I knew he was bummed that he didn't catch anything. But then when we got home, he just said, I need to find a spot. I got to find the spot to be able to like fish off the bank. Because he likes like going out with his friend on a boat, because then it's like,
well, who doesn't?
Well, I know, but he has a better job finding fish, when he's fishing off a boat at the shore. So
yeah. When you're mobile, it's much easier.
Actually, somebody tell me in the comments. Somebody tell me where to go, like just that I can drive to, because we don't have a boat. So
listen, that's the life of a fisherman. He's got to get used to that. Some days,
no, he was perfectly fine with it. Actually, he had a great time. He just was like, that's what I was so impressed by, is that he wasn't upset about it. He just was like, "Thanks, Mom." Like he was still super.
No, he just likes to do it. He likes the activity of fishing.
If you haven't been to Johnny Morris's Wonders of Wildlife yet and watched the movie that plays before you go through, do you know what I'm talking about, Ethan?
About how Johnny caught the giant grouper?
No, about the movie that he's like, if you don't have time for fishing, then you're not living your life right. Like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like I just really simplified it. He made it sound so like, I think I cried real tears. It was that good. It was that good. All right. There you go. There's an idea for Father's Day.
Yeah.
Father's Day is Sunday, by the way. So don't forget Dad. And there's a car show going to be hosted by Graceway Baptist Church on Sunday from noon to 2. And all attendees are invited to join them for church services at 10:30, and then just stay around for the car show. And they're going to have free food for the whole family. So that's amazing.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is. They're going to also provide vehicle security. So if you have a really cool car, bring it. Go to church. Security will watch your car while you're in the service. No entry fee, no judges of the car show, just a good time.
Graceway Baptist. Very cool.
That is right up my father's alley, by the way. Like, he would not necessarily want to go fishing, but he would absolutely go to a car show. He would bring a double nickel.
55 Chevy?
A 55 Chevy. That's right.
Yeah.
And an El Camino. a super cool old El Camino. Do you remember the El Camino?
Of course, I do remember El Caminos. Yes.
It's like at the bed of a truck, except for it's a car. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been to a few car shows in my life. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Also, the Dickerson Park Zoo has free admission on Sunday. So if you don't want to go to the car show or fishing, how about the zoo? It's free for dads to get in, and you don't have to have your kids. So if your kid doesn't want to go, but you do, that's fine. Just go
What
to the
kid
zoo.
doesn't want to go to the zoo? I don't. What?
I'm thinking like adult children. Like maybe you have an adult child that doesn't really care to go to the zoo. I don't know. But
you don't have to
are
show
like an
proof
old
of
man
child.
and you want to go. You don't have to show proof of child. You do not. Nope.
Okay.
And on Sunday, the hours, by the way, are 9 to 5. Everybody else will pay admission, but dads get in for free. Also, kids 2 and younger get in for free also.
Okay. Look at the park board. That's cool.
Okay. And then finally you can catch a Springfield Cardinals baseball game on Father's Day Sunday. Game starts at 1:00. But if you'd like to show up early at noon, you can actually go onto the field and play baseball.
That's cool.
I mean, I shouldn't say play baseball. You can play catch.
Yeah, you can play catch with your boy. Yeah.
With your boy.
That's
because
cool.
You're not going to probably be playing baseball on the actual diamond, but you can go play catch on the field, which is really cool, actually.
In the outfield. I'm sure they let you on the out. That's cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's
a
neat.
good idea. They play the Northwest Arkansas Travelers, but yeah, get there at noon and then enjoy an hour of catch before the game starts.
I've thrown out the first pitch a couple of times, and I could have used a little catch prior to that first pitch.
Yeah,
because that's the thing is there's nowhere to throw a ball like ahead of time to get your arm all warmed up for that to throw a strike.
Yes,
so you just gotta go out there and wing it.
I feel like you didn't bounce it though, and that was your number one goal in life that day, and I feel like you achieved it.
I didn't bounce it. No, I threw it. One of the times I threw it over the catcher. Not my proudest moment, but I didn't bounce it. It ended up bouncing against the fence, but not in front of the catcher.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of pressure. I felt pressure, and it wasn't even me throwing the ball. I felt pressure for Ethan. I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't make a complete fool of himself.
Again, that was always my problem when I played shortstop in Little League, and that was always my problem is overthrowing. We had a really tall first baseman, and he saved me a lot. Yeah. But my problem was keeping it down. I could throw it on target, but it would fly.
Well, just for the record, that's actually not on target.
Well, it's on target this way.
Nope, it's not
so much this way.
It's not on target.
This way, I'm good. This way, I'm struggling.
Tommy boy, not so much here or
here.
Right.
But right here.
Anybody, Tommy boy? Anybody?
Everybody loves Tommy boy. Come on.
All right. Well, have fun with that. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Happy Father's Day to you, Ethan, as well. You're a dad.
I will tell everybody, all the good folks of the Ozarks, how Father's Day went on Monday.
It's gonna go great, just so you know.
So,
I have a plan.
There are lots of surprises that are very well thought out for good old Dad.
There's one surprise, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
All right.
Okay, I do want to end with this Radiothon. Yep. The people of the Ozarks showed up big time for Radiothon. For 105.1 The Bull and 104.7 The Cave in 2 days. Yeah. The listeners gave almost $39,000.
Wow.
All of that money goes to St. Jude, which is amazing. I love St. Jude. I did their marathon weekend last year.
That's cool.
Gosh, what month was that? In December, actually. It was in December. Yeah. And it was, I mean, I was a fan before that, but I'd never like really been kind of like immersed in that culture because it's a culture, and it was amazing. So anyway, good job, Radiothon. And thank you to all the people who were willing to give to that, because $39,000 in 2 days is very impressive.
That is, and that'll go a long way. That'll help a lot of families. That's great.
They go there free of charge, by the way. Yep. Free of charge. That's amazing.
To St. Jude.
Okay.
Or to St. Jude. Yeah.
To St. Jude. Yep. Okay. I think that's it. Happy Father's Day. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
See you, everybody.